The effects of flooding po.
How much? Okay, you were saying?
Yes, ma'am, because the property,
Yeah.
the
Sorry.
property, Madam Chair, in Bangkok is in need for
Yeah, we got
redevelopment.
that. All right.
Yes,
But that's
ma'am.
only Bangkok?
There are also emergency repairs for various Philippine government-owned properties used by our foreign service.
Maybe you can
posts.
give me a list of the
Yes,
ones
ma'am.
that we
We-
actually own.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We have
Okay,
that.
to
ma'am.
go back, the COA under a circular, ano bang numero ng circular ng COA?
Madam Chair.
Yes,
I was
Chairman.
listening earlier. Yung fit out, diba, USAC is one-time cost lang yan.
Ay,
Hindi siya kasama sa rent. Meaning you spend only one time and then you fit it out and then tapos na. The rest is rent. So you don't have a fit out expense every year. Oo. One year lang siya.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for Senator Gatchalian po. The fit out is a one-time expense, but under the contract that the DFA signed, it's spread out through the period of the lease period.
pero 2.6 ang total contract, so taon-taon yan. Nag-fit out kayo taon-taon. Paano nga mangyayari yun? Every year for 3 years?
Yes. Alam ko sa mga office, it's a one-time expense. And
Yes, sir.
our expense yun.
Yes, sir.
Expense ng
Yes, sir.
ng lessor.
They're counting it, sir, as like a rent for the fit out made for the period of 4 years. So each year po, naka-factor into
And who
yung
builds
fit
the
out.
fit out? Is it us or is it
It
the
is
lessor?
it is the management of the buildings or the owner of the building.
Sila na bahala.
Sila na po
And
yan.
then we pay, parang amortize for the next 4
Opo,
years.
opo. So parang may fee po in a sense yung fit out po
Okay.
on a yearly,
It's
on
a
an annual
unique,
basis.
It's a unique setup.
Yes, sir.
Normally, it's ang fit
One-
out sa
one time,
one
sir.
time lang. Alam niyo naman yan.
Yes, sir.
Having said that, it's still a very large amount just for renting. Parang dapat magpatayo na kayo ng building sa 2.6B. Ang laki naman doon. Gano'n ba kalaki yung building na yan? Isa lang building na yan? It's the entire complex.
It's 36,000 square meters, Madam Chair.
Yeah, but saan yan?
It's the Double Dragon Tower, Madam, in Parañaque. Sorry, Pasay. Sorry.
Nevertheless, that seems like a very large amount. Parang lahat ba ng binakit ng Pogo, uupahan ng DFA? Yeah, apakamahal. Napakataas. Nagugulat pa rin ako. And back to the vehicles, there are several DBM circulars mandating that the cost be kept down, and luxury vehicles be prohibited, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you're covered by this, but all the cars of a certain gasoline-fed 35,000 cc is very, very specific. So yung Tripoli is unacceptable, clearly. Okay. So yung building fund, bigyan mo ako ng listahan. Tapos yung living allowance ng foreign service personnel, there's somebody frantically trying to explain here. Sulat na lang ninyo. Tapos may department order kayo, 1307, standardization of collection rate. Yung US dollar rate or the rate of exchange used by the post plus a surcharge of 10%. So how do you book that surcharge of 10%? Laki ng 10%. That's going to skew our numbers hugely. Is there a separate amount for that 10%? Hinihiwalay ba yun? Kasi magiging magulo ang kwenta. Baka dahil dyan may mga COA findings kayo. Or is the surcharge an indistinguishable and integral part of the fees collected? Hiwalay ba yung 10% o hindi?
Yes, Your Honor, kasama ho yung 10%. This surcharge is intended to cover incidental expenses like bank service charges.
No, it doesn't
transfer
matter. I just
fees.
need to know how it's booked, accounting-wise. I don't need to know what you're doing with it.
Yes, it's a part of the income, consular income.
No, I know it is, but
Yes.
hinihiwalay ba yan sa ledger or embedded?
Hindi ho. Magkasama.
magkasama.
Yes.
Kasi nakakalito eh, kaya hindi nagtatali yung ibang kwenta ninyo. Dahil may surcharge kayo ng 10%. What about the receipts issued to the client of the foreign service post? Is there a separate item for the surcharge? Or kasama rin sa total cost na sinisingil ninyo?
Magkasama ho. It's
Hindi,
together.
kasi yung COA at lahat kami rito, nakakaproblema dito sa parity rate or average exchange rate of preceding quarter. Di ba parang gano'n ang rubric ninyo? You always follow the rate of the preceding quarter as the basis for converting and reporting foreign currency. Why is this method of converting transactions into pesos even used in the first place? Can't we use a more recent exchange rate given the wild fluctuations of recent weeks? Bakit yung previous quarter rate?
That's right. Your Honor, for reporting purposes, itong department, they use what's called the parity rate for conversion of US dollars to Philippine pesos. And you're correct, the basis is the average of the BSP's US dollar to Philippine peso exchange rate in the recent quarter.
Is there a more recent rate that can be used? Because like myself, COA finds this rather unmanageable. I think this was flagged by COA, yung parity rate as being aged and not representative of true expense.
Yeah, certainly, Your Honor, it can be considered given the
I mean, to
fluctuations.
clarify, for reporting purposes, di ba dalawang transaction yan? Foreign currency transactions first converted from the currency of the host country to USD. Di ba? Step 1. Pagkatapos nun, USD will be converted to pesos using that parity rate of the previous quarter. Di ba tama yun? So, in the first leg of the conversion, what's the exchange rate used? Halimbawa, or let's just say yen to USD, Fiji dollars, kasi you're going to have an embassy there. O paano? Fiji dollars to USD. What will serve as the exchange rate for those conversions?
Meron po silang tinatawag na collection rate. So they look
Isa-
at the bank selling exchange
Ang dami
rate.
kasi ninyong rate, may parity, collection rate. Can we
Yes.
just use one term? Ano bang pinagkaiba ng parity at collection
Yes.
rate?
Parity rate, Your Honor, that's used for reporting purposes. Itong collection rate when it comes to charging consular fees locally.
Bakit iba?
Parity rate, ito po yung basically
Why do you use two rates?
collection, ito po yung how much consular fees should be charged to local applicants. Pag hindi ho dollars ang
Understood. I know
binabayad.
what the purpose is, but I
Yes.
don't understand why two rates are involved. Bakit hindi magkapareho?
Well, the parity rate is just dollar to peso. The collection rate depende ho sa
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I believe, for example, di ba? Kasi yung parity rate, dalawang beses yan eh. Hindi naman yan once lang.
baka collection rate ho yun.
Baliktad.
When you
Baliktad ka.
deal with
Kasi
consular
two times
fees.
yan, di ba? Local currency versus USD to peso.
Yes.
Di ba two steps yan?
Aha.
O yun yung parity.
Parity, when you report your collections, you convert, yes, yung applicable
De,
dollar.
bakit dalawang rates? Bakit sa collection rate two steps? Sa parity rate, single exchange?
Yes, collection.
I don't get it.
Collection rate, depending on the currency being used, you exchange that currency to the applicable dollar.
Yes,
rate.
I mean, we've already discussed that. That's parity. Are you
collection
clear?
rate ho yun.
Is that
Collection rate.
parity or collection?
Collection rate ho yun.
So the two-step process is in the collection rate.
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
tapos yung parity,
Ito yung dollar to pesos for reporting purposes. Yes.
so that's ano paano yun?
Parity ho yun, latter.
So it's USD to
Yes,
peso?
to Philippine pesos. And this is for reporting purposes.
What's the purpose of using both? It's not just me. It's COA has consistently flagged that in the DFA budget
Yes.
that you have these confusing rates. Is it
Right.
necessary?
Yung concern ho nila is yung 3 quarters being used as reference. I think they'd like a shorter time frame in case of fluctuations.
No, I
dollar.
don't think it's 3/4. You said that
One
it's the parity rate for the preceding quarter.
Yes, so 3 months, 1/4.
No, 3 months, not
Yes.
3/4.
Yeah.
3/4 is almost a year.
Yes, 3 months, 1/4.
Oo, 3/4.
Yes,
Yeah.
3 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Na. Magulo na, ginugulo mo pa. Huwag kang ganyan. Okay. So, kasi nga kasi ang dami lang conversion rate, nakakalito. Yun. So, I think we need to explain that. And, yes, ayaw ng COA nun So, what should we do? Is there a way to simplify this or be more updated?
Yes,
Maybe you can suggest something. I mean, I understand the problem.
yes.
The fluctuations and the volatility is really exaggerated of late, but still.
Yes, pag-aralan ho namin with COA.
Yeah, because COA's flagged that. Subscription expense, part of the MOE. Ano meaning nun? There's a big surge. Why did it quadruple? Nag-times 4 sa 2026 from 2024. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng subscription expense? At bakit nag-multiply by 4?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, this pertains to payments for various ICT software. Itong subscription.
Yung
and,
subscription sa mga...
yung mga applications, mga office operating systems.
Yeah, so what did you do that it surged to 400% increase this year? What are you subscribing to? Lahat ba ng sine? From Netflix to Hulu to... Ano? Ang dami subscription ng times 4
Yes, ma'am, this is part of our ISSP, itong information system strategic plan. So they pertain to things like
kabahagi ito ng kwan? Kabahagi ito ng IT upgrades ninyo? Meron ba yun? Paliwanag lang ninyo. So, from last year to this year, pag nakita kasi yung 400%, pagtataka lahat.
Yes.
So, what is it ba?
Yes, it does pertain to ICT software. A bit technical, Your Honor, but if I may read some of its uses, they include secured socket layer meeting solutions, PDF tool licenses, network intrusion prevention, endpoint security with cross-layer detection, cyber
But it's still very expensive.
Oh, yes.
Everything, all prices go up except IT. IT keeps going down. Kayo lang nag 400% increase. Mas mura kada taon ang computer at saka software. Bakit yung subscription tumaas ng tumaas? Ilista na lang ninyo kasi what was it in 2025 na nag-times 4 sa 2026?
Yes, one possibility, Your Honor, is because we moved to our temporary headquarters and they had to...
Then it's not a subscription rate. It's a one-off, di ba? Like Chairman Gatchalian said. Yung sa first year mo lang yan.
Yes.
Eh di hindi siya subscription.
Subscription usually multi-year ho yan eh. Sometimes you have to pay annually.
No, that's the reason why we're asking, are we going to see another times 4 in 2027 and 2028? Kaya nga kailangan namin malaman kung ano nangyayari.
Yes.
No, if it's really subscription, we're gonna see the same next year, di ba? Or is this a one-off na this year lamang? Kasi yung upa ninyo, hindi siya one-off. 3 years na ganon. Eto ba ganon din?
Depende ho sa IT.
No, can we please clarify where are we going with this? If it's a subscription expense, it's every year. It's not one-off. Please, Paul.
Madam Chair, if I may be allowed to add some items. Some are one-off projects. Some are going to be recurring projects.
Can you break it down for me?
Yes, ma'am. For yung
kasi if it's one-off, it's not the subscription rate. It should have another line item.
Yung
part, ideally, I mean, more accurately, it's a part of your IT, di ba? Of your IT upgrade. It's CO yan, hindi na yan subscription MOE.
Opo. Yung sa 2025 po, yung current year po, meron po tayong renewal ng ating integrated cybersecurity threat solution, yung web application.
You mean you didn't have that last year?
Hindi, ma'am. Continuing po kasi ito, ma'am.
Ayun na nga. So, yun ang subscription.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're just subscribing year on year, it shouldn't increase by 400%.
There are, ma'am, there are new projects, ma'am, new subscriptions that we have to do in 2026, which would make us compliant with